When I first started doing the design for Warhammer over 2 years ago, one of the things that I really wanted to have was a crafting system that was fun, that was innovative, and that was, quite frankly, something that we especially hadn't done before. How did I go about laying this out? How did I go about designing it? It's very simple. I started with 2 negatives. First negative was I didn't want it to be grindy. Now we all know what that means. It means making hundreds, if not thousands of items that you can't sell. Or if you can sell it, can't sell them for much. Or that you have to give them away. Or you just have to junk them. Because they're not really useful. The grinding is just used to take up time as you go up levels in the game. Did not want that. The other thing I didn't want. I did not want this to be a recipe-based game. Now, it's not that I have anything really against recipe-based games, but frankly, it's been done a lot. Most MMOs use a recipe-based system. So I thought, that's not what I wanted to see for us. So what does that mean to the crafting system as it stands today? Well, first of all, it means that it's not recipe-based. I'll go into that in a little bit. But second, it also means that it is not grindy. We don't want people spending all their time making objects, especially useless objects, in the game just to advance. What we want is for people to have fun. So let's dive right in and start talking about crafting in Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning. First of all, when we say crafting, what we're really talking about is a collection of skills. These skills, at least for now, are apothecary, talisman making, cultivating, magical salvaging, scavenging, and butchering. Apothecary and talisman making are crafting skills. The other 4 are gathering skills. As a player, you can only have 1 crafting skill and 1 gathering skill at any one time. You will learn these skills from trainers throughout the world, starting when your character begins to quest and adventure in the 2nd chapter of their own realm's story. You'll be allowed to switch skills by talking with trainers in-game, but switching skills is a big deal, and all progress made in your previous skill set will be lost, so you need to be sure. To put it simply, the gathering skills get you all the ingredients, and the crafting skills, well, they let you put everything together. We'll start with the gathering skills, so let's delve right into cultivating. Players with the cultivation skill can grow their own weeds and fungi. Most weeds and fungi are apothecary ingredients. You don't need to be in a special place to do cultivating. You can do it everywhere. Let's go over the steps of growing these plants. Before you can grow things, you'll need seeds or spores. There are several ways you can get them. First, there's a merchant in each Chapter 2 that sells all the basic low-level seeds. Certain monsters often drop seeds and spores, and some seeds can also be found from scavenging. You may start with a single plot for growing plants, but as you advance, you will gain as many as 4 plots. By the way, all this is subject to change. Next comes the growth cycle. The growth cycle of weeds and fungi is itself broken down into 3 stages. During the first stage, you can add soil. During the second stage, you can add water. And during the third, you can add nutrients. These items speed up the remaining time in each step, and other additives can affect the chance that something out of the ordinary will grow as well. When a plant is grown, you'll need to harvest it. This places the plant into your backpack and sets the plot back to empty. As you might expect, seeds and spores all have skill level requirements. You won't be able to place high skill level seeds into an empty plot if your skill is too low. Now, let's look at another gathering skill, magical salvaging. Magical salvagers can break down magic items, converting them into magical fragments. These magic items are found in all manner of quests, PvE, and RVR encounters. When a player magically salvages an item, he or she gets to choose which bonus to extract from it. Hey, I'm back. So, let's say that the item you're salvaging has 2 bonuses on it, willpower and intelligence. You get to choose which bonus you want to extract. So sometimes you may want willpower, sometimes you may want intelligence. The point is, it's your decision. Salvaging also produces magical essences. Primarily, these fragments and essences are used to make talismans, which we'll discuss when we move on to the crafting skills. For now, let's continue talking about gathering skill.